Morning, everybody. David from Flash by CycleNet. We're here at the Ridge and do champ school today. I'm not going to give you actual classroom footage, obviously, but go over little points, make some videos. Hopefully, people can get an idea of whether they want to take the champ school or not. So, going back to put my leathers on, we just did a solid hour of classroom stuff. Talked about getting direction and speed set with the front brake. Concentration, rotation on the bike, a ton of shit. Too much stuff to even really remember. We're going to do lead follow next. Set myself up with the fast group, see if I can stay with them. I think I'll be all right. One of the big things that I crashed last time, I talked about lack of focus, lack of a plan, and so cold tires, cold brain, cold body. We'll start nice and slow, get warmed up. So lunchtime, day one, champ school. We've done 2 riding sessions, follow the leaders, and a couple classroom sessions. Man, really, bike's running great. Really happy with the zx4rr. Really getting to know the bike coming from the NT07. Obviously, completely different riding style. A little bit weird to have the thing spinning up, but adapting to it pretty quick. I had my lap timer off. I just threw it on, so we'll see where I'm at. I'm still pretty slow, but yeah, working on the first and last 5% of the brakes, the way you squeeze them, being smooth on and off. Body position, which is a never-ending battle for myself. And really using all of the track. I tend to, seems to, on the exits, not use the full track. So they're the 3 big things I'm working on. And these guys are great. I have so many really fast, good riders here with us. It's quite impressive to watch them ride. So really having a great time. It's at lunchtime, day 1. Bike's running great, and I'm really enjoying myself.
Yeah, they do it in the US that they're like less horsepower than Europe. Yeah, they get.
Are you welcome?
Yep.
You want someone to hold it?
Sure.
Tino, get yourself. If you want to move over this way or sit here, that way they get the feedback and they can see it wherever it's coming from. Is it recording? Yes. Big red button?
Do I have to film you or film the...
No, film the TV. Film the TV.
You?
Listen to me, but film the TV. All right. I like it. Starts his lap off. He goes, hey, I want to get my butt over to the left-hand side. We'll take a look at this as we get going. As some of these LED lights, they look like they're flashing when they're off, yeah, but when they go solid is when it's on.
My front brake light don't work.
Oh, does it? Okay.
See it, you'll hit it, that's backwards.
Okay. Good. Love that first apex. Really good job. Good. Cross the seat in one motion. Nice. That small bike. Good with that head drop. Small bike, we could get into the throttle slightly earlier than a faster bike because it opens up its radius a little bit more slowly. I'd like to see you get your eyes to the exit sooner. We have exit direction here, which means I could take away lean angle and accelerate. That means I can maximize that previous corner's radius and then open up the entry of 2. Good. Likes that. Goes back to the brakes. Nice. I'd like to see your body timing a little bit quicker. Like I like how you're kind of floating in a nice smooth way, and that will be good in a lot of the sections of the racetrack. But in this section, I'd like to see you transition a little bit faster because we're almost on the wrong side as we're trying to get back over there. So really kind of come foot peg to foot peg a little bit sooner. Beautiful apex. Loving it. And then on these big long corners, think about we are trying to offset that acceleration with a little bit more of that upper body. So I'm liking what you're doing with your feet. Good trying to light butts off, but a couple of these almost like you're starting with some bar pressure in the head high, and then you'll kind of readjust. Have that body come off a little bit sooner, that upper body and head. Good. Beautiful apex. A lot of different lines in these 180s. Small bike, they're going to get that thing rolling a little bit longer. Every single bike should get the bike there. Beautiful job.
Yeah, the rotation, I think.
Yeah.
Chris talks about the pointing on our chest to point to the inside of the corner. What really changed it for me was outside shoulder into the inside of the corner.
Right? And right now, like we see how his body looks kind of relatively low down on the fuel tank. And that's just us doing this. I'm going to drop my head. Both arms bend. When Cody's talking about the point with that outside shoulder, outside arm straighter, this is what gets that weight coming off laterally. So really almost focus a little bit more on that outside arm. I think we're doing a lot of the right stuff, but when they both bend, you just end up going kind of straight down into that fuel tank. Good. Again, eyes a little bit late seeing that. Center of the seat, unloaded, cresting down the hill. So try to get that vision there a little bit earlier. And then that, again, a little bit of a body timing issue. We go from here. Now we're already on the right-hand side, ideally, heading straight, straight, straight.
So I almost stand up on the peg there. Like, so when I come over that crest, I put all my weight on the pegs.
Think about, you're just gonna get your butt to the right side a little bit earlier. So you're coming off the left, and then it's gonna be just a little bit sooner. Like you're on the left-hand side, you're gonna overturn this to the left. It's gonna spend too long. So now you're gonna fix that. You're gonna stop in the center of the seat, but now you're gonna have to move to the right. As you ride kind of quicker stuff here, I mean, you might get away with it on a smaller bike, but when you really drive down the hill on a fast bike and the front's underloaded, now you're gonna have to jump your butt across, or we're entering from the center of the seat, and now we're holding pretty good lean angle as you kind of crest, and it starts coming down the hill, and take my word for it, it's not a fun spot to fall down.
Oh, you can see the lines there.
Yeah, really working at, and that's gonna be that hand position straighter on that outside arm, but that head stays very much in the center of the bike. So let's really kind of get after that tomorrow. If anyone's having an issue with body position after a lap, we'll grab one of our instructors, maybe Emerson, someone not doing video. We'll get you on the bike, play with your body in the pits a little bit. Get a bit of a feel for it. I know my group got to do that before we went out on the bikes this morning. Good.
Yeah, almost feel like we could have less butt off to have a better base with the outside leg, kind of with the Angus. Yep.
Right.
And help out a bit.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. If we hang a little, you know, sometimes even one cheek is too much. You know, that doesn't quite look like it though. I think we can pull in the outside leg and inside toe to anchor that body in to let that head get lower. That's some of the best we've seen.
Yeah.
And the bike is, oh, he's over the curbing.
Huh, weird.
Am I not supposed to?
No, that's good. When you do it right, it's hard to miss the apex,
Yeah,
right?
the bike changes direction.
Kind of like it was designed that way. Not a bad deal. Good, love that entry line. Really running that entry line nice and early. Opening this up, knee down over the curb, phenomenal. Good, cross seat in one motion there. I like the timing there. Just kind of hovering now. When the weight arrives on the foot peg is when you need to go right.
Go that transition right
Good.
there.
Huh?
The right to left right there. Yeah, you can see when you settle into the left, kind of hop across, let it play. See that, that front little, little wallow?
Yep.
That's last 5% with the body. We're gonna rise off the seat a little bit smoother, then we can move rather quickly, and then we're gonna land softly. Plop our butt back down on a little bike.
It does that, right.
And feel that chassis flex.
Yeah, timing's just definitely something we want to start thinking about, because you're doing a lot of stuff pretty well with your body. It's going to be
Great
getting that-
line.
yeah, phenomenal. One of the better lines we've seen out of there. Getting that body rotated in there a little bit more, and really just kind of slowing it down in the places where the radiuses are further apart.
Right.
But when it's quick, it really is going to be quick, but we just can't snap at it, but it'll be relatively good. Round of applause, that was a good lap.
So, day one at the champ school, just had my video review of my riding. Pretty happy with how my day went. First day in almost a year on the track, went pretty well. First day on the bike, I'm really getting to like the bike. Some more stuff to work on tomorrow, obviously forever, but really need to work on my upper body position after looking at the film. The class is great, man. Highly recommend it. I know it's expensive and everybody looks at it and like, oh my God, it's a lot of money, and it is, but it really is a great school for riding technique. You're riding with some guys that are really, really fast, and they make it look easy. They give great feedback. Like I had a lot of one-on-one stuff today, lots of feedback, lots of coaching, lots of stuff that's really applicable to riding all the time and making it safer and faster and just better riders. So really looking forward to tomorrow. Pretty beat, so I'm sure I'm going to sleep well tonight, and we'll pick this back up tomorrow. It's still the end of the first day at my champ school. Some of us are staying in the paddock. All the coaches and stuff, wherever they're staying, they all went. So I'm walking the track by myself. I'm going to walk through the section where I crashed last month so you guys can see it. This is off the main straight over there. We're doing the chicane today, so that would be technically turn 2. You come up the hill, you hug this inside line. They're directional cones, so that's the direction you should be going when you go past them. And you come up this hill right here, and as you can see, the next entrance is pretty blind, right? We can't even see where the racetrack goes. It goes to the left. So this is the corner that when I gave my steering input to go left, the bike just came out from underneath of me because I'm a dumbass and it's wet and the tires are still kind of cold. So yeah, and I ended up, if you can see that yellow cone out there, that's about where I ended up. So I hit my apex. Hey, hit it exactly. So again, you can see the 2 directional cones coming up. So we're going to try to be going that direction as we run over the curbing. And it's a bit awkward because, so after that yellow cone, it leads to a short, fairly decent straightaway. So your drive through there, out of there is really important. So you're trying to get the bike steered, which usually requires coming out of the gas a little bit, tightening up, and then driving off of it. So about here last month, the bike was sliding that way. I was on my belly, feet first, sliding with it, and I slid all the way out to basically where that cone is. So having a great time. Can't tell. Highly recommend the Champ School. Daytime or lunchtime, day 2 at the Ridge for the Champ School. We had, I think, 3 track sessions this morning. I did turn my lap timer on for the first session this morning. I ran a low 2:08, so I'm about 6.5, 7 seconds off my best time with the MT-07, which is to be expected. I think inherently it's a little slower bike, obviously, less horsepower. And I was really comfortable in the MT-07, so, and first session of the morning, first track day, whatever, that was my times. Working on a lot of stuff. I'm a bit frustrated. Working on upper body as always, and closing the throttle, like, and applying the brakes, like closing right to the brakes. And for both things, I really have to change the way that I hold the handlebars, which I've held the handlebars for a long time, so it feels really awkward. So definitely something I can work on in my normal street riding, and we'll try to incorporate it into my daily habits of riding all the time, and then that will help make it part of how you ride, and that's what it needs to happen. Again, just really having a great time, loving the Champ School. Just got done the 2-day Champ School, getting ready to head home. Man, highly recommend the class. It'll change the way you ride for sure. Got lots of things to work on for my street riding and the next track days I do. Really promising myself I'm gonna stay focused on these lessons. So yeah, I highly recommend the Champ School. Again, I know it's expensive, but man, the group of guys, they just so much track time, and it's true technical lessons, true technical things you can take with you and improve your riding, not just, you know, tips or whatever like that. It really is a next level kind of class. So take it easy, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more motorcycle related content.